cancer, which is one of the most preventable cancer, but is the most commonest one that take women's life. So anything that we can do in order to prevent this is something we can prevent, to prevent any unwarranted cases. So is on slide. My name is Ogunsola Deborah. I'm a reproductive health nurse. So anything pertaining to women reproductive health, I'm in for it. So this morning I'll be telling us about awareness for cervical cancer. But one thing that I really want us to know, we are not here to put fear in us. So when we're talking about cancer, some people, they will not want to go and do it. They will not want to know about it. Their slogan is "Iku kan lo ma payan," but it is very, very bad to know what you can do to prevent something. So if you do any examination, like the examination we're doing now, and they ask you to go and do further investigation, it's not that you have cervical cancer. And if you go for any test, okay, the one we did for you, we want you to do something else. The one we want to do is we're using our physical eyes to look at it. It's just like when we are looking at color. If they give us two colors, two of us, I can tell you that this one is deep. You can say it's light. So it's like the same thing as we would do an examination for us, physical inspection of the cervix. So if I now ask you to go and do a further test, or they ask you, okay, do this or do that, it does not mean that you have cancer. Please, let us put that fear out of us. So when we're investigating, when we're doing tests for us, don't let us have that fear. The fear will not even make some people to go for it. Please, don't let us be fearful. So, next slide, please. Next slide. Introduction. Importance of cervical cancer awareness. We are all women of God. Our body are temple of God. Caring for our health is service to Him. That's what we can do for God. Let's care for ourselves. It is only a healthy person that can serve God very well. If you have any issue that will prevent you from interacting with people, you will not be able to do that. Next one. What is cervical cancer? Firstly, what is cervix? Cervix is a part of our reproductive organ, the lower part of our uterus, womb. The down part of it, that is where we call cervix. It is the one that connects our vagina to the uterus. That is what they usually tell us when we are in labor. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter. That is what is going to dilate to give way for the baby to come out. So that is what it is called, cervix. Then the cervical cancer, it can develop slowly, without even notice, without giving any sign. By the time people started having symptoms of it, that means it has gone beyond something you can prevent. I said earlier on that it's the most preventable cancer. That's what we can easily prevent. It develops slowly, and it begins with small thing. Maybe some people can just be having pain when they are having sex, or blood after sex, immediately after intercourse, you may see blood, vaginal discharges, or painful intercourse. So most of these symptoms, if you have them, and it's not that you have cancer, but those are the things that the person that have it may experience. And the main cause of it is what we call human papilloma virus. Human papilloma virus, HPV. It usually spread through sexual intercourse. It is our male that give us that can transfer those things to us. The most infection clear where some persist and causes changes. We have different type of human papilloma virus. There are about 9 string of it, but it is only just 2 of it that can cause cancer, and they are the most virulent ones. So anybody that is test positive to HPV may or likely to develop into cancer if it is not taking care of it. And the good thing about this thing is that we said it develops slowly. By the time somebody is positive to this virus, it can take up to 15 to 20 years before it starts as a cancer. It goes to cancer. That means if it is detected earlier, or if it has been prevented, it may not go to that extent. Some people may just say, well, maybe they said it's sexual transmission. Thank God, I no kuku do anything. To bado ya wasupa, tasupa bado ya wenko. I know you understand that. So either you have multiple sexual partner, or it's you and your husband alone. It is better to prevent ourselves for this thing. Next one. What are the risk factors of this deadly thing that we're talking about? When we say risk factor, that is not what causes it though. But the risk factor means something that can predispose somebody to have that what we're talking about. Early sexual activities. If you start sexual activity very early, that means the person is going to do it for a very long time. That goes láti kékeré. So it can predispose that person to it. I said multiple sexual partner. If you have a single partner and your partner has more, okay, when they are saying I don't have sexual partner, I don't have multiple sexual partner. Ojú kan ni ẹ̀pà máa ní àbíbá ọlọ́ṣẹ́ ṣe. Àdáni ojú kan làdáni. But you know yourself is one. But what about your partner? I'm sorry we're in the church, but I'm generalizing what I'm talking about. So if I don't have multiple sexual partner, and if my partner has amugbalegbe that is helping out, so that means you too, you have multiple sexual partner. The partner with many partners, smoking, weakened immune system, and no regular screening or checking. It is very important as a woman that we ensure that our body soldier is very, very active. Most of these illness, most of these disease, they are able to penetrate into our body when our body fighter, our immune system is low. So the most important thing is that we must ensure that we build our immune system. There are a lot of things that we can do to build our immune system. The first thing is that we should live a healthy life. We should eat very well. And as we age, women, our immune system gets to drop. Most of the time, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of hormones that produces in our body, but as we age, their work comes down. and we eat very well. We take care of ourselves. That is the reason why most women, they look more older their age. Because, and then we have a lot of things. That is how God wire us. Most of us ara wo balẹ̀. We want to do things, and our body will ask. So when we're expecting this energy, we should also try to get more of it. Let's eat very well. Let's eat what we're eating. Do exercise. Exercise is very, very important. Somebody has talked about exercise. When we do physical exercise, we all know we practice spiritual exercise. Also, we should do physical exercise and bedmatic exercise. If I ask some people that, when was your last intercourse? Show ajo nje, you run you. But show nje, and most of the time, if we are regular on this thing, there are some hormones that produces in our body. It goes a long way. It's more than fulfill unrighteousness or whatsoever. If you do it and you are active on it, the hormones that you secrete at that time, there is one hormone in it, the joy hormone. But anytime they gas you, most of the time you see the way you laugh that day. Oh my yato. Then I will talk about the signs and symptoms of it. No early symptoms. No early symptoms. If there is any early symptom, somebody will quickly know that something is happening. They can easily go for treatment. Then abnormal vaginal bleeding. Before somebody can have all these symptoms, that means that thing has gone beyond what we can easily tackle. Then foul smelling discharges. The discharges that comes from our body. My mom is, I'm sorry, I will try to. Abnormal vaginal discharge. Àwọn nǹkan tó máa ń jáde lójú ara wa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà ó lè máa rùn. And some people, we did not know that we have a normal discharges. Every cycle, every time of our cycle, there are different vaginal discharges that we have. But some of us, we want to do environmental of that place. We douche, or when we want to bath, we wash, we wash inside out. It is not our duty. God has employed those people that will be doing the cleaning. Our vagina it has a self-cleaning effect. You don't need to wash those discharges. Before your menstruation, there are characteristic discharges that you have. After, there's another one that you have. When you are ovulating, there is another discharge. That place, it is not meant to dry. If your vagina is dry every time, you are not healthy. Don't say, "Along me on show me." No. But when do we know that our discharges is bad or it is not good? When it smells. There are some discharges that when it comes, it look like okweja, eja. That is why when you both said foul smelling vaginal discharge or fishy odor. When the discharges is yellow, that means there is an infection. When it is yellow and when it itches, there are some white discharges that are normal. But when the discharges become like wara, cheese, it is not good. Most of the time it is that candida or trichomonas. Then pelvic pain or pain during sex. There are a lot of things that can make us to have pelvic pain, though it is not normal. As we age, we may not be able to bend very well. We may not be able to do some exercise or some activities. But when the pain and your waist, tipadi, that you use a normal analgesic or you do normal routine and it does not go away, please let us check, because our pelvic is the landlord of all our reproductive organs. So there are a lot of organs that are there, and the way our system, our reproductive system is channeled, one leads to another. The vagina leads to cervix, the cervix to the uterus, the tube, and the ovaries. You understand? So if anything happens to one, it can be easily transferred to the other organ. And so when we are having the pelvic pain, that means that it's something that is wrong. Then pain during sex. What are the type of pain I will say? Many people run for sex because they are not enjoying it, because it is painful. Definitely, if you did not relax, if your mind is not at it, if you are just doing as ritual, you will have pain, because there are a lot of secretion that need to come to wet that place so that there will not be pain. That pain is different from the pain of the cervical cancer that we're talking about. But if you've done everything, you know you are wet, you are relaxed, and you still have pain, definitely something is wrong with your service. Now, the prevention. We say cervical cancer, it is highly preventable. How can we do this? Next slide, please. We can even prevent it from childhood. Thank God for federal government. Now, they include HPV vaccine into the routine vaccination of our children. Please, let us endeavor to immunize them. So we said it is preventable. There is a vaccination that we call HPV, human papilloma virus vaccine. We have different type of it, so it protects against HPV. So most of these vaccine we are talking about, I said there are 9 variants of this HPV. So the vaccine, it can deal with it. Go back there, it might cause cancer or either cancer or throat cancer or anything. So if the children, or if you are immunized against this thing, it can prevent it. And it is best for children between age 9 to 14. The one government is doing, every children under age 9 to 14, they can be a beneficiary of it. It is very effective when they are not sexually exposed. I said this virus go through sexual intercourse. So before they are exposed to this, if they have been immunized against this, so that means they are out of free from it for life. Also, if every children, both male and children, ọmọkùnrin also can also take these vaccines. That means pé tí wọ́n bá ti fún ọmọkùnrin ní vaccine yìí, the danger is reducing because they are the one they will spread it. So before they start having sexual knowledge, sexual intercourse, they've been vaccinated against that virus. Then adults up to 45 also can benefit from it. Before any adult can have this vaccine, that means they have to do a test that we call pap smear. The pap smear or HPV test, that one will tell them if they are positive or negative. Anybody that is positive may not be able to take that vaccine. We know vaccination is for prevention. So, next slide. Pap smear or VIA. I said that. The one we want to do today now is VIA, visual inspection of the cervix with acetic acid. And let me digress a little. If prevention you have the test done and we ask you to go for another test, we are not saying you have cervical cancer. We just want you to go for further investigation, that what we saw with our naked eye, we cannot say anything. You can't give you a concrete answer. And this pap smear, it is better for every woman. Even if we are not doing our birthday, let's say, okay, on my birthday, the only gift I want to give myself is to go and do pap smear. And that is the reason why we said cervical cancer is the most preventable cancer and is most commonest. Breast cancer. Breast cancer, before breast cancer occur, 99% of breast cancer, they will start with lump. And if we make it a point of duty that we are examining our breast every month, it does not cost us anything. Let's just stand, if after we've taken our baths, let's stand in front of our mirror. Ká gbé ọwọ́ wa sókè báyìí. tó bá ti kọ́kọ́ dúró níwájú mirror ẹ, you look at the both breast. Is there any changes? Is it different from what I saw the last month? After doing that, put your hand on your temple examine. You put the hand on your head with this one touching your ear, and you will use the other hand. Press it. Is it bringing any discharges? Normally, we are not supposed to be having any discharges, but there are some women, they have something we call hyperglatoria. Their breasts, even they are not breastfeeding, it brings milk. That is an hormonal imbalance. But you may not know, is it a normal milk or anything? So whenever you see any discharges, especially bloody discharge, please go for checkup. Then after doing that, you do the second one like that. Then next month you come, you now repair the nipple, ori oyan, wonu. This thing was not like that before now. Take action. Or the skin start looking like a croissant, orange peel, that niho like this. It is not normal. Please go for checkup. So when we say this thing are preventable, that means it's something we can do on our own. And whenever we go for confirmation, please, I beg you in the name of God, God answer prayer, God heals. Please, don't let us be ignorant. By the time we are taking our treatment, we had it with our faith. Not that we will now start when the thing has bureke, it has gone beyond something that it is not good. I pray we will not experience cancer. You will not even have anybody. If you have anybody that have it closer to you, apart from the money issue, the psychological stress, the mental stress. So anyone that we can do on our own to prevent, please let us do it. God will help us in Jesus' name. Then pap smear. I said we should go for pap smear or VIA. If you cannot afford pap smear, let us go for VIA. And if you do it, and they said this is what they want to do, I need ovary, I need womb. If you say they want to comot the thing, comot, I beg. We will get ill. Let it be removed, and you'll be fine. And tó wà láyé tó ní womb, tó ní breast, that cannot partake, that cannot do nǹkan táyé ń ṣe. What is the essence of the ayé tó wà? Then that's it. Next one. Then healthy life. We should avoid smoking. Good hygiene. Abẹ́ ẹlòmíì nínú wa ó máa ń gbá ni. If you sit beside some people, tó bá túró lójú ẹ, wàá ṣe mí. And all these things, little infection, recurrent, it can cause infection. And recurrent infection can tamper the lining of the cervix. Safe sex and faithfulness. I don't think I need to do it. They are all my mothers in Christ. Safe sex. In as much as we can, please, let's practice safe sex. Fruits and vegetables. What would that do for us? It's going to boost our immunity. So if you are eating healthy, drinking plenty of water, eat fruits, doing exercises, that one can boost our immunity and prevent us from all these preventable illness. Next one. What are the role of churches or community gathering? And most of the places that we go to, churches and everywhere, we believe that most of the education or awareness thing that is being communicated on the altar, it usually sync very well. And thank God for the management and the administration of this church. They, as they feed us spiritually, want to feed the earth wisely in every area of our lives. So this is the role. All women leader, anybody you come in contact with that you can talk to, please do tell them what they can do. They will hear. You are the second God to them. Most of them, they come to hospital, they will say, I will go and tell my pastor. So if the pastor tell them, I banned it, it's not going to happen. Most of them will run, and by the time they come back, they will give us more issue to do. So that's the role of the church. That's the role of our leaders. Please emphasize this thing. When you have any reason to talk to any woman, talk to them about their health. Impart them with knowledge. Support vaccination. Our church is not against vaccination. Most of the time, when they come, they will call them. Our immunization, they are outside. At the end of the service, you can go and meet them. Please, those that develop immunization, vaccine, they did not develop it to white the black. There are a lot of misconception about this. Wọ́n fẹ́ pa wá ni, àwọn ò ṣe máa gbà lọ́hùn, àwọn ò ṣe máa ṣe kínní. Please, let's support it. Whenever they come, if you do not have any understanding about this, you can read about it. You can ask people. They say we should do this. What do you see about it? Then organize health talk. That's what we're doing. Then we have to combine our faith with action. Combine what? Let's combine our faith with action. People you know need ìgbàgbọ́ láì níṣẹ́ òkú ni. Please let us do that in our own part so that we can tell God, Ọlọ́run, mo ṣe kíní yìí, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe báyìí, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe báyìí. So that is just it. Conclusion: preventable and treatable if detected early. Tí wọ́n bá tètè diagnose kíní, it can be prevented and it is curable. It is curable. We should take responsibility. How do we take responsibility about our health? I said the other time, you do my pap smear, madam, test yìí, ó wà suspicious, ó ṣe kíní kan. What we want you to do, maybe we will either ask you to go and do this test or we do biopsy for you. Àkọ́kọ́ denial, there is always something we call denial state. We may not want to accept, but most of the time, the denial state, by the time it's coming back, is this virulent. It's like gone beyond repairable. So let's take responsibility. This thing is like this. What can I do? How will I go about it? And then we request for support, spiritual support, emotional support, psychological support, financial support. So it goes a long way. They educate our daughter. Educate our daughter. They should mommy. They should not exposed to sexual this so early. We said early sexual intercourse can cause it. How can that do? Because the cervix, the lining, the cells around their cervix, it may not even mature enough. We can see now that everybody is now going against the child marriage. The danger is more than the advantage that we have it. Educate our daughter. I beg. No shuku, no like this. So, and don't go from this to this. And then what can we do for them? Let's immunize them. Let us vaccinate them. There is surveillance. There is vaccination for it. Before they are exposed to sex, let them be vaccinated against this thing. It is available. They can still have, those that are not sexually exposed can have 2 shots of the HPV vaccine. I think it's about 65,000 per shot. Otowo taba fin ra up and down, tabi shoe and bag. Ọlọ́run á bò wá láṣìírí. But those that are within age 9 to 14, let us take them to any health facility. They will immunize them free of charge. And our mama, how can I be partaker of this? Before any woman can take the vaccine, you have to run the test, the pap smear, and they see that you are negative. So you can also go to the hospital to vaccinate yourself. We that open gate for this, we are going to take 3 doses instead of 2. 1 month, 0 months, a month, and 6 months after. And that 3 courses, it prevents us for life. Then early detection saves lives. All right, I think that's the end of the slide. Thank you very much. If anybody have any question, if you can't come up, you can write it, you can send it, or you can come up and ask. Thank you very much.
Praise the Lord. Praise the living Jesus. We want to thank God for this lecture, and it's a very, very wonderful one. This time around, I want us to then question. If you don't understand on what we have taught on, we want you to ask questions. Please ask questions. Ohun tí ò bá yéèyàn èèyàn máa ń béèrè. Ask questions so that we can answer you. Ní púpọ̀ ọ̀wọ̀wọ̀ lórúkọ Jésù. We've taught us about the cervical cancer, the signs and symptoms, the risk factor, and every other things, and every other health area that you don't understand. Please feel free to answer, and we answer you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I want to ask that, like the one you said, from age 9 to 14. Like, for example, maybe in the school, is there anything that you can do for us to arrange they can come and help us with the children, either at the school here or in the church? That's the first thing I want to ask. Then between that up to 45, does it mean that somebody can just walk up into the hospital? Are there particular hospitals or centers that this are thing?
Thank you very much, ma'am. The vaccination program for children under 9 to 14 years, the exercise has ended. Because there was a time they were announcing it, we take it to churches, schools. They did not bring it to Jubilee. But most of the, okay, we didn't come. So we go to schools, all schools. Then I think they ran the program for like 2 weeks thereabout. So that one has ended. But there's still some hospital like Federal Medical Center now. We still have the vaccines when they come for children under 9 to 14. I think maybe they pay tokens or not. I'm not immunization center, but I know we still have it. But 15 years and above, you have to buy. And adults. Then the 45 years, the older women, you can walk to any hospital. But unfortunately, the vaccine, it is not stored in the hospital. In my centers now, after conducting pap smear to them, anybody that want to do, we ask GSK, the supplier, somebody want to buy this thing, because we cannot store it. You have to be cold chain, you understand? He will bring the person, and you tell the person to come when it is available to come and have it. Thank you.
Another question. Questions.
Kòróòrò ṣe mọ̀ rogo nítorí sùn kò sáré kọlá mi jẹ́ ẹlẹ́.
Ń rọrùn sùn dáadáa bó ṣe yẹ kẹ́ sùn. grandma ṣé question tẹ fẹ́ béèrè ní ìbéèrè nìyí ni ṣe rí ní ti oorun tí ẹ̀ kì í rí sùn yẹn tí ó bá ti dalẹ̀ aago mélòó lẹ máa ń jẹun ẹ kọ́kọ́ wo ìgbà tẹ máa ń jẹun náà ẹ má yẹ kó jẹ́ gbà tí ilẹ̀ bá ti ṣú nítorí gbà míì aago 6 ó dà bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ wá wò ṣé kìí ṣe ti ooru ṣé kìí ṣe ooru ẹ wò tí ò bá ti ń ṣe ooru ẹ mọ̀ pé àsìkò tá a wà yìí ń sìn àsìkò ooru ni tó bá jẹ́ ti ooru ẹ bomi ẹ ṣọ́ra ṣe ti gbọ́ tẹ bá ní tíì ńlé ẹ mu díẹ̀ kí lẹ sọ ọlọ́run àtúbà fún yín lálàáfíà sí ṣe ti gbọ́ ẹ kọ́kọ́ wo nǹkan tí mo sọ yẹn náà tó bá ti jẹ́ ti ooru ni ẹ lo ẹ bomi ẹ ṣanra yín ẹ ṣanra ṣe ti gbọ́ ẹ ṣanra ooru yẹn máa wá ṣé kìdẹ̀ ṣe pé bóyá ẹ̀ ń ronú ẹ gbé nǹkan kan sọ́kàn. Any other question? Questions, ma? Is there any other?
I just want to add that the vaccine we are talking about for the children is still available in FMC. They can walk into the immunization unit.
Ma. Any other question, ma? Yes, ma. Questions? Thank you very much, ma.
Praise the Lord. Praise the living Jesus. You are well